Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from section 1, group E, Angular. So our group consists of Nur Anisa binti Amir Hamzah, Nurul Balkis binti Azri, Nur Shakirah binti Rizwan, and me myself Nurul Fantasha binti Rozlan. And for our presentation, we are going to present about our project, which is online tutoring, named Tutoring. And basically, this presentation will summarize the development process of our project. So the reason why we choose online tutoring as our project is because of nowadays virtual education outperforms traditional education in terms of efficiency, and students have more access to the online materials than they do in the typical classroom. And next, students, tutors, admin, and employees are our stakeholders. And the objective for our project is to make it easier for users to arrange their schedule, to avoid overlapping subject in user schedule, and also to make sure the stakeholders have a better communication with each other. Okay, next, for scope definition and problem analysis. So this project is to develop a user-friendly system which provides a platform for students to book their online tutoring sessions without worrying about the overlapping problem. And we also aim to solve this problem by developing a system that can detect the overlap session and display a warning message to the user. And lastly, the user will not be able to proceed with the booking unless they drop either one of the sessions that are being overlapped. For our software process model, we choose evolutionary prototyping process model. Process model is a software development process in which a prototype is built initially by the developer or development team, and following the customer's initial feedback, more prototypes, new feature and enhancements are created until the final product is built. This process model consists of 5 cycles, which is communication, quick plan, modeling, quick design, construction of prototype, and deployment, delivery, and feedback. Throughout the communication phase, the stakeholders and the user can discuss and communicate about the software's overall goals and objectives. And then when the requirements are known, a quick plan is implemented. However, it just covers the initials such as the software's input and output formats. So rather than the detailed plan, it concentrates more on the aspects that are apparent to the user, and it also supports in the creation of a prototype only. Okay, then since the software is now established, the modeling quick design phase provides a clear picture of software development, and it enables the programmer to gain a better understanding of the particular requirements. And for the construction of prototype phase, the customer is the one who will evaluate the prototypes. And lastly, in the deployment, delivery, and feedback phase, if the user is unsatisfied with the existing prototype, it is changed to meet the user's need. And the process of developing the prototype is repeated until it meets all of the user's needs. And the system is developed on the basis of the final prototype if the user are satisfied with the developed prototype. And next, I will continue with our use case diagram. This use case diagram shows how our online tutoring system works. And as you can see, there are 5 actors that represented in our use case diagram, which are new students, registered students, tutors, system authentication, and the administrator. The new student may sign up and fill up their student information. And for the registered student, they can log into their existing account and adjusting their schedule and also make payment for their sessions. And for the tutor, they can update their information and also manage their schedule. And the system will receive their information and update it in the database, and the admin also will update their schedule that has been updated by the actors. Next, I will continue with our use case specification example. The first one is for login. The objective for our use case specification is to log into the website, and the actor is the students. And the precondition for this use case is students must already have a registered account. The basic flow starts when the students enter their emails, and the system will receive a valid email. And next, the student needs to enter their password, and the system also receive their valid password. and the user need to click the login button, and the system will loading to the main page website. There is one alternate flow for this use case, which is register button. When the user requests to register, the system will load to the student information page, and the student need to fill the student information details and submit it, and the system will save it into the database and load to the main page. Next, there are two exception flow for this use case, which is the first one, wrong email. When the user enter the invalid email, the system will pop out a message invalid account, and they need to enter again a valid email, and the system will load to the home page. That also apply to the wrong password exception, and the post condition for this use case is home page for user will be displayed. The next use case is student information. The objective is student to register, and the actor also the student. The precondition for this use case is student did not have any registered account yet. The basic flow start when the user click the register button. The system will load to the student information form page, and the user need to create a new password, and system will verify the password, and then the user need to complete the blank space and their details, and the system will save their details into the database and load to the main page. There are only one exception flow for this use case specification, which is wrong password method style. The user when the user enter the new password, the system will display message must contain one lower and upper character, and the user need to fill again their details and submit, and the system will save it into the database and load to the main page again. And the post condition for this use case is home page for the user will be displayed. And next, my group members will continue with the project requirements and modeling.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Shakira binti Rizwan, and my metric number is 2112324, and I will present about the project requirements and modeling. The first requirements engineering activities is inception. Inception activities fit into our evolutionary prototyping process model, which is communication. During inception, the requirement engineering asks a set of questions from the customer to understand the issues and determines the best solution. The clear idea of the problem is addressed, as well as the structure of the solution, which is that the users may be having a difficulty when arranging their schedules. Thus, we come with a solution where the system can detect the overlapping subjects. The users can also give feedback, since effective communication is important between our stakeholders and the developers at this stage, because it lays the groundwork for what comes next. The second requirements engineering activities is elicitation. The elicitation techniques that we plan to use are interview and survey. For the interview technique, we talk to the stakeholder who can give the most important knowledge of requirements for the software project, which are the high school students. This technique is used to know their understanding and thinking so that we can provide dependable requirements. The interviews were conducted before we distributed the questionnaire for the survey. Meanwhile, the survey is a method to find the answers that we cannot discover by ourselves. A simple basic Google form is made to provide the questionnaire and spread it to the right groups and targeted individuals to give their answers. Next, I will present about the requirements analysis. Our strategy for the requirements discovery is using the elicitation technique. In this project, we use two techniques of elicitation, which are interview and survey. Both of these techniques are used to precisely identify knowledge, procedure, and communication requirements of our clients. First is interview. During this technique, each of the group members talk with the high school kids who have the most essential understanding of the software project's requirements. In order to supply trustworthy needs, this strategy is employed to comprehend their comprehension and thinking. The questions that we'll ask are: number 1, from where did you know our web application? Number 2, first impression while using our web application. Number 3, does our web application meet your expectations? Number 4, the effectiveness of our web application. And lastly, number 5, any suggestions to improve our services. From the interview, the majority of the students know about our web application through social media. We also got some feedback from them to improve the navigation of our system overall. The second one is survey. For the survey technique, we prepared a Google form questionnaire and spread it among SPM students to get a better idea of the requirements. The questions that were asked in the survey are: number 1, are you taking the SPM examination this year? Number 2, did you join any online tutoring to prepare for the examination? Number 3, if yes, what platform did you join? For example, MC+, Warna Cemerlang, etc. Number 4, Did you encounter any difficulties during the registration for the online tutoring? If yes, state your answer. And lastly, number 5, do you have any suggestions to improve the online tutoring system that you have used so far? Based on the responses from the respondents, 95% of them are joining an online tutoring platform in order to prepare for the examination. A lot of them complain that when they registered for certain subjects, it always overlapped and caused an implication when the lesson started. Therefore, we aim to provide a system that can detect this overlapping issue and help the students to manage their schedule efficiently. Next, I will explain about our functional requirements. The first function is account. First, the users who wish to access all of the TutorDude's features must create an account using their email and set up their own password. During the process to sign up for an account, the users will be prompted to input their basic information such as email, first and last name, and phone number. Once they have successfully signed up for an account, a link will be sent to their email to verify the email used for the sign-up process. After that, users can log in into the system as usual and access all the features available. Second function is subject registration. To start a session, the user must add their desired subject and choose their preferred tutor. Once they successfully add the subject, they can proceed with the next subject that they want. If the selected subject overlaps with the other, the user will be prompted to select other sessions to proceed with. The users can view all of their registered subjects in the My Class feature or My Class page, where they can edit their schedule such as delete the subject and change the tutor. And last but not least, the third function is payment. Once the user presses the Add Subject button, they will be redirected to the payment page before they can proceed to add another subject. The payment must be verified successfully in order for the booking to be completed. After they have completed the payment and it has been verified, the subjects will be added into the student's schedule and they can start their sessions accordingly. This is our class diagram. The class diagram shows the relationships between each object, including students, tutors, subjects, schedules, payment, and etc. Students can sign in or log in, register, and manage the subjects, while tutors can register themselves and details. Other than that, students have 3 choices to make their payment. Next, I will present about user interface design. The prototyping tool that we use for graphical user interface design is mockups. The benefits of this tool are that this software is super straightforward and easy to use, saving us a lot of time designing pages and coordinating and user-friendly. The limitation is that it took us quite some time to understand how to use it, but in the end, we got used to it. The figure shows the graphical user interface for login and register. The users need to enter their email and password to log into the system or register for the new user. This is graphical user interface for manage class. The users need to manage the class by choosing subjects and their preferred tutors. Then, it will show the available classes based on the day and time, and the student needs to choose any sessions that they are interested in. Next, this is our graphical user interface for payment type. The users should choose the payment method during the making payment process after they created their schedule. And this is the graphical user interface for delete subject, where the users can request to delete the unwanted subject. And this is the graphical user interface for change tutor. The users can also request to change a tutor. Next is the graphical user interface for class full. An error will occur when the class is full and ask the user to choose another session. And last but not least is the graphical user interface for payment fail. An error will occur when the payment transaction is unsuccessful and ask the user to try again.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Anisa binti Ami Hamzah and I will be presenting the demo for our prototype. And just for the clarification before I start the demo, all of our group members agreed to change the prototype from user design interface since the website builder that we used before this is inconvenient and lack of features. So this is the login page for the registered student. If they have registered an account with our system, they can just input their email. For example, I have the email here. And if they input the wrong password, for example here I put the wrong password and they click login, it will be displayed the invalid account message and they will be redirected back to the login page. So I will try to log in using the correct password. Then this is the home page where all of our features will be displayed here, and this is the profile button to display the profile for our students. This is the feedback button where students can view the feedback from users that have used our system. And this is the schedule, the student schedule. This is the tutors. Information about tutors are displayed here, and this is the page for our contacts, which is our address, working hours, phone number, and also email. Moving on, so this is the page for adding the subjects. So the user just need to input their desired subject. For example, I want to take a mathematics class, so I put mathematics, and they put the name of their preferred tutor based on the information that will be displayed in the tutor page. So for example, I will go with Sir Andy, and then just click the add button, and the system will display on what time and what day is that subjects available. So I will choose Monday, so just click add subject and choose the preferred method for payment. So students need to complete the payment before the subject will be added to their schedule. So I will pick online banking, and here the students will input the information for their online banking, and after they completed it, they just click the next button, and then this message will be displayed where it will notify the students that the payment is successful and the class is added to the schedule. So students can look at their schedule and see the subject is added to their schedule. And for example, the user want to add another subject, they just click add subject, and this time I will go with chemistry, and I want the tutor to be Sir Hussein, and then I click add. And here, if I choose the chemistry class on Monday too, and I click add subject, the system will display this message because the class is clash with mathematics class. So students need to choose whether they want to proceed with mathematics class, the either one, mathematics class or chemistry class. So just click back button, and that's it for the adding subject features. So moving on to our next feature, which is to edit the class, where students can choose whether to delete the subject or they want to change the tutor. So they just click this schedule button, and then for example here, if I want to drop the mathematics subject, I just click the edit button, and then the students will be asked this question. So just click delete subject, and then another confirmation question, and then click yes. Okay, so after that, the class will be deleted from the student's schedule, and then if they want to and next, if they want to change the tutor for their subjects, for example, I want to change the tutor for my physics subject, so I just click edit button, and then change tutor, and then just input the preferred new tutor. Here I will go with Sir Hussein, and then just click yes. See, the tutor now is changed to Sir Hussein. So that is all for our demo prototype. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Nur Balkis Binti Azri, and I'm going to present about testing class for our main test case. So firstly, we add the subject. This is our main case, which is add the subject. And for example, our subject is mathematics and it's past. And the tutor is Andy, which on 9 to 10 a.m., which is past. And then after confirmation, the user will go to the payment page where the user have to choose which payment method that they want to choose. And for example, we are testing using an online banking, and the bank website is displayed, which is past. And then after the user make the payment, they will receive a successful payment, and class is added displayed. And then after that, the user will go to the to my schedule page. And if the user want to add another subject, for example, chemistry, say Hussein for the tutor, and the same date and time, which the from the previous class, and it goes fail because it will go clash, and then it will proceed with the back button. And after that, the user is validate with the previous schedule that being confirmed, and the user make the payment. For example, this is our example of our prototype for the add subject. And for example, it's mathematics. It's Andy. And we choose Andy Mathematics on Monday, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. app subject, and then we choose the online banking. And then after the user made the payment, and then go next button, and payment successful, class added. And then the user should go to the my schedule. And then if the user wanted to add new subject, which is chemistry, for example, same as our testing, Sir Hussein. And the user want to choose the same time and date, which is on a Monday, and 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. to add a subject. And obviously the payment with the class is unavailable. The class chooses clash with a registered subject, choose another class. So this will be happen if the user choose the same date and time with the previous subject that the user have registered. And with this, it's conclude our presentation. Thank you so much.